Matt once again. What about another review? Another paid request, this time from Brooklyn. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or reactions or topics or rankings or lists or commentaries, re-reviews, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for a film called The Clown at Midnight from 1998. And this is a film I had never heard of, but this definitely inspired with the not so much film references, although there's a little teeny bit of that. But Scream was a big hit in 1996, and after that you had I Know What You Did Last Summer, you had Urban Legend, you had Valentine. Those went into theaters, and that's not counting all the theatrical stuff. I mean, if you look at the poster, which it's, okay, we got a lot of good-looking people, and we put them photoshopped on there, maybe have the killer. You would see that a lot in the late 90s to early 2000s, especially with the slasher films of that era. But I mean, the movie's not great, but I don't think it's that awful either. I thought it was alright. Because at least the cinematography, the cameraman, there's a little bit of effort. The location is in this opera house. It's not too bad of a location for this type of film. And like in the opening, where, how do I put it? It flows through the opera house, and it's not just static shots. It's trying to get the layout of the land. And even the way it opens, where it's I forget how many years before, technically 15, 20 years or so before, there was an opera singer attacked by this man dressed like a clown, but is dressed as, I can't pronounce the exact term of the clown, but sort of a French, the I can't pronounce it, but it's a clown type of makeup. She's dragged in back to the room, killed off. Later we see a bit more of that killing. And later we find out that person who died is the lead character's mom. Jump to the present time, where a group of kids, they're told by their teacher to refurbish this opera house, fix it up. Of the cast, I thought the lead was okay. It's not the actress's fault, but they tell a bit too much to freak out a bit too much. But I thought when the script lets her get that out of her system, she wasn't that bad of a lead. I've seen much worse lead performances. Her buddy is played by Tatyana Ali. She was on the TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I actually didn't mind her. She had a bit of spunk and energy. Part of me wishes she was the lead. Or if you take the same character, but you make that same character the lead, I actually think it might have worked even a bit better, because she had a bit of that. She was more natural in her acting, and she, in a weird way, fit. And the fact of, well, I guess natural, like I said. You have the rebel, who, he's a bit mysterious, but he was also a guy who wanted to be a makeup effects guy. He even teaches the lead girl how a blood tube works. That's interesting to me. That's played by James Duvall. He was Frank in the film Donnie Darko, but I recognize him because it was a small part, but he was in Independence Day. He's the one who played Randy Quaid's son. And the older son, not the younger, but the older son. He's the guy who told Randy Quaid, "You dropped us in the wrong field. It's supposed to be over there." And James Duvall is not the most easily flowing of an actor in terms of dialogue delivery. But again, as the movie went along, I didn't mind him as well. Maybe because I thought he got a little bit better as the movie went along, and again, the little makeup stuff gave at least a superficial but a little bit of interest to him as a character. But you also have, like, you have the bitch, you have the dumb jock, you have the flamboyantly gay guy, you have the lady who's a nerd who's nicknamed Walnut. I don't know why the fuck she's nicknamed Walnut. The movie never explains why she's nicknamed Walnut. I figure, okay, maybe she'll be eating walnuts, and that's why. Because when she gets nervous, like, oh, maybe she gets nervous, and when she gets nervous, she eats walnuts, and that'll lead to her death because she's so nervous she needs to eat one. Oh, crack too loud. It's this nervous tit that she can't help. Right, you'd be saying, oh, what a dumb bitch, but give us a reason, or just rewrite it. Why you call walnut? It's never, maybe her nipples are the size of walnuts. I don't know. I'd like to see them. If you're over 20. Well, 20 or over. Why not 18? I just sell for 20 and over. At least. But I mean, I don't know, maybe she has walnut-sized titties. I don't, nipples. If you have walnut-sized titties, that'd be very small titties. That'd be like titties that belong to, I don't know, one of those, that girl from Gadget from Chippendale Rescue Rangers. She probably has walnut-sized titties. That's why Chippendale love her so much. Anyway, that's why chipmunks make that noise, because they're waiting for a nipple to suck. Enough of that. But the rest of the characters are pretty meh. Margot Kidder plays the teacher. Sadly, she's not in the film too long. But yeah, it's nice to see Margot Kidder from Superman as Lois Lane. Christopher Plummer's there. He owns the theater. Then he disappears, and I went, wait a minute. They're not going to have Christopher Plummer in such a nothing role. And that's the thing, if you've seen enough of these movies, when you get a high profile, well, that's not always the case, to be fair. Like Urban Legend, Brad Dourif was in the beginning, but it's not like he popped up at the end of the film. But it's like Christopher Plummer, but even then, there was an actual scene that he was involved with, and there's a point, and a crescendo ending to the beginning of Urban Legend, which I like. I like Urban Legend for what it is. But like Christopher Plummer, he's not really given much of anything. Anybody try to play this. There's something more to this, which is true. But yeah, the jock, the nerd, the gay actor, the bitchy prom queen, the lead, the best friend, the rebel, kind of like your cliche types. Not kinda, it is your cliche types. But like the cameraman is trying. Like the James Duvall, I like the little, when he tries to talk a little bit of makeup. I wish there was more of that. Like he's talking about Lon Chaney and explaining to the lead who Lon Chaney was. For some reason, the lead girl starts having psychic visions. It's never explained why she has psychic visions. She just happens to have psychic visions. Just, you know. And there's nothing other supernatural stuff going on. It's not like, oh, it's a ghost or an undead killer. No, just, there's no other supernatural things going on. It just, for some reason, she's having these supernatural psychic visions. Just, did you give her exposition she wouldn't get any other way? I don't know. This is a film that has a little bit of gore, but could use more gore. The kills, at least, each one's a little bit different. I don't know, it's one of those films as I'm watching, I'm going, okay, a couple of the cast members I don't mind. The kills, some of them have a little bit of blood to them. The opera house, decent setting. The town work, they're trying to do a bit in terms of lighting and not trying to be just static shots. I mean, for a direct-to-video film, this is trying a little more than others I've seen. But, I mean, it's nothing that you don't go, oh, wow, this is an underrated gem. You hear that? It's an underage gym. No, it's not that either. Because I might like the girl from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and the lead, I didn't mind, and James Duvall. I did the bitchy prom queen is very terrible. The jock guy, just not much. The gay guy, very cliche. I was ready for him to go, oh my god. Very flamboyant. I mean, you do get tits. Because the bitch and the jock go somewhere, have sex, you get to see titties. Spoiler alert for the deaths. Spoilers. The death scenes are Margot Kidder gets an axe to the head, but you don't really see it. You get like, cuts away. Girl from Fresh Prince does get a spear through her, and you do see that. Like she thinks it's here, gets stabbed through the stomach from the back. The bitchy girl gets strangled with a necklace. That was the lamest death. I'm like, come on, this is the bitch. She should have done a much more bloody, gory death than just strangled with a little fucking necklace. That was the lamest death. And I say that was the tier that deserves it the most. So, come on. The gay guy drops through a floor. At least he tries to fight back against the kill with a sword, but then he gets electrocuted with this chair and electricity and stuff. The jock tries to fight the bad guy on the roof, and the jock's a pussy because he easily gets manhandled off the rooftop to his death. The nerd girl gets like the best death, which is weird because it's like seemed like one of the nicer characters. And she gets like one of the gorier deaths. She gets her head cut off, which is not too bad of a decapitation. The lead girl having visions about what happened to her mom. Before that, James Duvall didn't teach her a little bit about effects, how they work. Which I think could have been even more prominent in the third act, which I'll get to. And then, extra spoilers, you come to find out that, and this was a bit confusing to me, like, there are two clowns. One is her dad, who for some reason is there all this time. Because I guess the cops were looking for him, but I'm going, that still doesn't explain why you stayed here for all these years, and why are you wearing a clown outfit? Why? And he's innocent. He doesn't want people to die. I'm like, so wait a minute, this is a father. Oh, and the killer is Christopher Plummer, who will wear clown outfit and clown makeup. Because Christopher Plummer, good actor, may rest in peace, is a good actor, but he loved the lead girl's mom back in the day. She said no, he got pissed and killed her. Then her dad got blamed, and he didn't know that Plummer killed her, so he needed help, and Plummer said, you could stay here all these years. I mean, it's been decades now. I'm like, well, why is his dad, number one, why is his dad there? Why does he leave, sneak around, spend so many years, buy a fucking mask, go to Canada, go across the border, go to Bahamas, something. Number one. Number two, why are you wearing a clown mask? And not I keep saying mask. Clown outfit. And painted face. Why are you wearing that shit? Why are you wearing it? If you want to calm people down, don't wear a fucking clown outfit. Number three, you did a shit job protecting anybody else. Where were you? In a bathroom? Taking a long shit? Throughout the gist of the movie? So the ending was like, well, that's a big point of contention for me. And then, wait, Christopher Plummer? I mean, at this point, he seemed very old. And Plummer did all this? So wait, Christopher Plummer manhandled a jock off a rooftop? I was supposed to believe that? I like Christopher Plummer, but he's not the most physical guy. or the physical looking guy. So I'm supposed to buy the plumber did all this stuff, and the dad of the lead girl was just hiding here all this time, wearing a fucking clown. Why are you wearing the clown outfit? Take it off. It's been how many years? Why are you still wearing it? It's been 5 days. Even then it'd be weird why you're wearing it. I didn't understand that. If the director or anyone wrote it, if you want to comment and explain to me, please feel free. I await your response. But James Duvall puts on makeup as a clown, but he just gets just knocked out, and then the girl gets out of her bindings, trapdoor, plumber falls, impaled. And I thought maybe with James Duvall's makeup, because he's teaching her stuff, I thought she would learn some tricks of the trade and, I don't know, perhaps pretend she's dead. Or maybe James Duvall, he does makeup on her to make it seem as if she's dead. And then James Duvall's like, come on, guy. So they're fighting, and then she rises up and kills him. He's like, what? Corn syrup. Or sugar. Because there's even a scene before where James Duvall goes, see, taste it, see, it's just fake blood. I thought that would lead to something. And if it was something like that where the both of them are working together using this makeup, because he's a makeup guy, throughout he teaches like 2-3 times about makeup, I thought it would lead, nah. Instead, he is knocked out, he wakes up, and he even goes, well, I guess I'm not the hero. No, but your people skills are improving. And I'll give credit. There's no sequel bait ending. There's no downbeat ending. It was for free on YouTube. It's like 90 minutes long. I'm not going to get mad that there are issues. There are issues. It's just I've seen so much fucking worse. I mean, you want to see a worse slasher film dealing with clown stuff? Go watch Terror on Tour. Terror on Tour is one of the worst slasher films of the 80s. If someone asked me what are the worst slasher films of the 80s, it would be like Horror House on Highway 5, Terror on Tour, Final Exam, and a few others. And what was that one, that stupid Trick or Treat? Not the Gene Simmons rock and roll one. This is another Trick or Treat. Trick or Treats, I think this is called. That's the one where the kid plays all these tricks on his babysitter. And then Peter Jason comes in because he's a psycho. And then everything's fine. And the kid who's playing all these tricks on the babysitter, he then kills the babysitter at the end. Just because. You spoiled it. Good. Fuck that movie. I've seen so much worse. I like a couple of the actors. It was cool to see Margot Kidder, although brief. Christopher Plummer, especially at the end, where he's trying to do these little monologues to mess with the lead girl. He's trying. He's a good actor. This is a couple alright, but it could be a lot bloodier. As I said, the opera house, the way the camera worked, it was an alright diversion. It was an alright diversion, but I would not seek the film out to watch again. If you're a hardcore slasher film fan, you need to watch every film. Sure. It's for free on YouTube. There's been a lot worse. And there's been a lot better. I don't know. It's hard to give star ratings. Maybe 2.5 out of 5. Maybe. But it's not the worst of the worst I've seen. Honestly, I thought it'd be a lot worse. Because I thought it'd be like Killjoy bad. I think that's another thing too. I'm like, oh, it's going to be like those Killjoy movies. Which were pieces of shit. It wasn't. I mean, yeah, a couple of the characters I didn't mind. Yeah, I think the Tatyana Ali, I think she should have been the lead, but a couple of recognizable actors. Yeah, wasn't too boring. Looks like they tried a little bit harder on the camera work compared to other direct-to-video films. You know, the clown makeup, not too bad, like the design. Yeah, it was alright. It didn't have a stupid ending or a dumb... I'm a sucker for that. So it makes me appreciate the film more. I know that sounds lame, but just personal preference. So again, the Clown at Midnight was alright. I thought it was okay. But the ending again, I'm like, why is the dad here? And what the fuck? Like, why is he wearing this clown makeup? Why doesn't he take it off? If he knows this is his daughter, wouldn't he want to approach her with no makeup? If you try to approach her with this makeup on, you're just going to scare her. Well, what is she supposed to do? Take the shit off. Why are you trying to fight this guy? Why are you trying to protect anyone? The fuck are you doing? Get off the shitter. Get off your donut break. I don't know where the hell he's at. So, with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.